What up, everybody? DJ Anubis here with you on the Metal Time Radio podcast, doing another unboxing from the Metalhead box. I got another good one this month, as per usual, for August. And we're going to go through a little bit. I'm going to talk about what I got in the package, as well as give you some clips of some of the bands that are involved. There's a couple that I'm not going to worry about because, I mean, really, for the most part, everybody should be familiar with a lot of these bands anyway. But for the select few that may not be, I'm going to be just playing a little bit of clips here and there. But let's start with first. My package that I get, the subscription I have is for 2 cassettes, a T-shirt, usually a patch, a pin, and then like whatever else they give. Sometimes it's a DVD, sometimes they're bandanas or tapestries. So it varies on what they're sending out and why. This month, the shirt that I got, I am now wearing. It is Drown in the Light with the album Moonlit Sorcery. And personally, I do have some material from them, MP3s and stuff. They're not bad, obviously, but I don't really listen to much traditional black anymore, black metal. A lot of it that I listen to now is more either progressive or Viking, like Enslaved, more stuff that's kind of moved on from the traditional sound, unless it's like black thrash, I'll still listen to a lot of. But during the early 2000s, when I was first getting into black metal, with like Emperor and Dimmu, and then of course tried out other stuff like Beherit and then stuff like that, down the road, Marduk, all that. I was just kind of trying testing out the waters, seeing what I kind of liked and what I didn't. But the Drowning Light, they're out of Australia, from South Wales, and they've been around since the early 2000s. Their first full length was like 2004 with Drowned, and they're not a bad band at all. Still putting stuff out. Still, the one thing I will say is a lot of people who said they watched them live say they're incredible live. So that says something, even in the black metal. Is when you can put on a live performance that people can really resonate with. So we're gonna go in and we're gonna check out a video or audio of Violet Mercury from their split, which is Moonlit Sorcerer, with another band which I can't really think of at the moment because I don't actually have the CD or anything. But this is what the shirt's based off of. And let's give this a little whirl and you get a little bit of taste of what they're about here. Yeah, I'm thinking about it now. I think Violet Mercury might be the other band, so that might be my bad there. I didn't might not even drown in light there. So we will pull that off for now. I will see if I can find another clip later with that. So my apologies if that's the wrong band, but it was listed as it didn't really tell me the song, so that's my bad on that. Let's see. What else did I get in here? I know I'm just kind of skipping over Dry and Light, but check them out, obviously, if you get a chance to. That's from the new EP split they did there. So it's not really the band, I don't think, but my apologies. Um, I did get a couple of I did get a patch, and which was cool. Again, another band I didn't really spend a lot of time listening to, but I was far more familiar with. Is Dissection. And so what they've been doing recently with the Metalhead box is giving us patches for like, musicians and artists who had passed away, as like a tribute. And a lot of the patches they've been sending are like pretty fire, man. They're pretty lit. And then here we have John Nodovit, and I don't know if I pronounced that right, but it says Rest in Chaos 1975 to 2006. He was very young when he committed suicide. It was a big deal within the metal world. A lot of people were devastated. Dissection is very beloved in the black metal genre, but I'm not gonna play any music for them just because I'm not gonna waste too much time on that. But the patch is very cool, and then also I got pardon me, I got a sticker of the band Death, who everybody should know anyway, and it's blue, so I don't know if it's supposed to represent spiritual healing or not, or if it's just a color by chance. But very cool. I love that album too. Death is a great band, so if you have not heard them, do it. It's a must for any metalhead. I don't care if you're old or young. Death is the way, as we would say. Pin wise, it took me a minute to figure it out, but I kind of guessed it before I looked it up just to verify. But it is Over out of Norway, and I will be playing. This is from their Nat something album. What is it called? I think it's from like 2003. I'm just kind of spitballing. I'm not sure on the date. This is some of the earlier stuff though. Um I tend to kind of like some of their later stuff that's a little bit more post metal and stuff. There's a song called Island that's really beautiful and far different than the stuff they started with, but this is their earlier stuff, and again, band that's very well known, beloved in the black metal genre and community. So here's a little taste of this from the pen. So there you go. There's some of that for you. Now, two cassettes I got, two bands I had not heard of before. And one is a band called Intestine Ballism from Tokyo, Japan. Melodic death metal is described. And it's very cool cassette for sure. I have to make sure I find the camera there. It's kind of goldish inside there, which is very cool. Um, yeah, so I mean, I've been really big on collecting my cassettes again. So like, I haven't really sat down and listened to a lot of the ones I got because I'm so used to listening to MP3s all the time on my phone at work and stuff. So yeah, it's tough sometimes. I mean, it's kind of like I'm at this stage in my life where I have all this, you know, CDs, vinyl, cassettes, and stuff, but I can't always sit down and just listen to it because I'm always so busy doing other things. That's the worst thing about being an adult is you gotta do your day job. You gotta, in this case, I run a YouTube channel, a website, radio. I'm listening to new music every fucking week. For those that follow this channel, you see my top fives all the time. I mean, dude, that's only like five records out of maybe 10 or 15 that I listen to throughout a week to try to make that determination of what I'm going to make my top five of. So like, I wish I could just sit all day and just listen to music and my cassettes and stuff. But dude, it's like right now it's more of just a hobby of collecting them. So that like I have no idea what my wife's going to do when I pass with my stuff. She says she's going to keep it all, but if for whatever reason she lets it go to some people, like you're gonna be with some lucky dogs because sometimes a lot of this stuff's limited. This next one, I'm gonna play the Intestine Balls and Furs, but some of these bands, like this next cassette I'm going to show you after this, it's like the only album they put out. They split up, so. But let's check out this band from Japan here, Intestine Ballism. So yeah, there's that. Now thing about them is they haven't put out a record since 2008, but Banquet in the Darkness, which that one comes from, that's the cassette that I have, comes from 2003. But the three full lengths since 1997, An Anatomy of the Beast, and Banquet in the Darkness in 2003, and 2008, Ultimate Instinct came out. If you go to the archives, all of them are in the 90% range as far as reviews is concerned. So that means that they're very well liked. Even their demo from 95 has like, even though it's just one review, is 94%. So uh, that's pretty impressive that they can, impress people that much with three full lengths. And then, like, of course, they haven't done anything since. They still says they're active. So I don't know what's going on with that or why it's taking a while for them to get some more music out. But again, day jobs, and everybody can just pump out records left and right, especially in the metal world. So the next cassette I got, it's the one I was telling you. It's the only album they did full length. It's a band called Victims of Internal Decay from Oregon, USA, and it's death metal. This came out in '93. They are no longer. They disbanded. Apparently, they were active a bit from 2014 to 16, but apparently maybe that was just a little bit of like, cameo appearances at festivals or something. Maybe MDF can find a way to get these guys next year or the year after, because I know they got a pretty full lineup coming up next May. But uh, yeah, this is cool, and I had a little taste of it earlier, so when I play for it, I'm going to be pretty jamming to it. But here it is, and I think it's just titled that Victims of Internal Decay. I don't think it actually has another album title. That's just it, self-titled. So yeah, so let's give it a whirl. This is Victims of Internal Decay, and this is good stuff. I was listening to it earlier. Yeah, I like that a lot. Really, really good stuff there with that. Good band. I was enjoying that. So yeah, that's what I got this month. If I seem a little off, just because I'm tired. I've only got a couple hours of sleep last night, and I've got an interview later tonight with Jose Prendez, director, writer. He's got a movie coming out, The Exorcist, with an S. It's not Believer, so don't get confused there. Yeah, but he's worked with a lot of great horror icon actors and actresses over his career, dating back to around 2000 when he started, I think, in terms of directing and stuff. So Neko and I will be sitting down with him to interview him and talk and chit chat with him a bit much. So I'll be getting some sleep this afternoon to try to recharge myself a little bit. Gonna do a trailer reaction soon for Sorority Babes and the Slime Ball something. People have been talking about it. I have no idea about it. I didn't see the first one. It's like this is the second one sequel, so we'll see how it goes. Neko and I will definitely be doing a reaction video to The Exorcist for Jose Prendez before the interview, so be looking for that. He supposedly is going to send us a link to check out his movie, like a screener, should say a screener. So if he does that, we will be reviewing that as well. So be looking for that for today. Tomorrow, Neko and I will be doing a review for this movie called Come True. which is very interesting. It's supposed to be sort of classified as horror, but it's almost like more sci-fi. It's got a little bit of horror in it. It's a little bit creepy in moments, but it was pretty interesting movie. So when you hear our review, you'll know why. Later in the evening, Sci-Fi Century and I will be reviewing the Castlevania Nocturne series on Netflix. We just both of us are done with that, so we're going to talk about that. Give our feelings about how it compares to the first original Castlevania series, and if we enjoyed the new one at all. Saturday, uh, Edgar Allan Poe and I will be back for another episode of Poetic Carnage, where we talk sports, football mainly right now, NFL stuff. And we will have a special guest. Crypt from Metalomania will be joining us. He's a big Cowboy fan, so I'm sure we're going to be touching a lot on the success of the Dallas Cowboys so far this season and the deplorable behavior and issues of our teams, mine being the Broncos and Poets being the Steelers. So we're not faring quite as well. But we do like to talk sports, and we'll give our thoughts on all things regarding NFL and any college that we decide to touch on. So thank you all for checking this out. If you got any comments, I want to talk about the albums. If you're familiar with them at all, let me know what your thoughts on them are. Yeah, so appreciate it. Just hit the like button for me or subscribe if you enjoy our content, and we keep trying to get it out to you, which is why I'm taking 2 hours of lack of sleep to get this out to you. So I appreciate the support, man. I really do. You all enjoy the rest of your weekend and stay metal.